Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depth of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Okay, hey guys. So today, we're talking about the spoilers in East of West Volume 2.
Yeah.
I am Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
Yeah. But first, I wanted to try something different where we just go around and ask each other what we've been reading. Oh, this sounds very AA. Anyways, the other books that I've been reading right now have been, I've read the Transformers series, like the really long run that was there. I forgot who wrote it, but it's like super political. I read For All Mankind.
Yeah.
And the other books I've read, besides Volume 1 of this, I guess the other book I've read is Fables Volume 2, which was also quite good, besides this.
Okay.
What about you?
I haven't really been reading much. I've actually just jumped to the app that I was using for the comics, so I can at least even tell you what the last thing I've actually read was The Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just 4 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 4 issues. If it's anybody
Worth
who's
reading?
looking... Yes, if you're looking for an introduction to The Question. If you've never read The Question before and you just want a quick primer into who this guy is, read those 4 issues.
It's called what?
The Deaths of Vic Sage.
Okay.
It came out actually this year.
Okay.
Yeah. It was written by... I'll have to jump back, but... Yeah, Jeff Lemire, Dennis Cohen. Yeah. But it's on the DC Black Label.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can try those.
Cool.
Yeah. So for me, I did those, but that was like maybe a month ago. And I just wanted I was just looking for a refresher into The Question. For me, his weird conversation, weird tangent. We'll go back to this, but for me, The Question is easily top 5 comic book characters of all time.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Superman is up there, Batman isn't in the top 10. Is in the top 10, not in the top 5. But for me, The Question is in the top 5. He's always going to be over Batman, so this is the thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to talk about East of West, though. And Volume 2. And if you're looking for the non-spoiler episode, listen to the previous episode.
Yes.
So let's just jump right in. The promotional art, apparently, that was used for this book is the promotional art for the Ranger, who is introduced in...
Yes.
That faction is introduced in this book.
Yeah, in Volume 2, yeah.
And the interview that I watched with Nick Dracote, he says that the influence is sort of like Judge Dredd.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
Because they talk...
That is it exactly, yeah.
Because I liked the fact that they used the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I on some level, I really wanted to get like a what's it called? Like a Walker Texas Ranger sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Like a Chuck Norris throwaway at any point.
Oh, these guys are super that way.
Yeah. Because I really do like the Rangers. I really do like these guys of the Republic of Texas. The Governor Bill Solomon really impressed me.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're a bit puritanical. They're almost like the lawful good paladins, I guess. In terms of like fantasy, but a bit too puritanical, I think, which could bite them. But I mean, like this seems like a world of extremes. You have on the one hand people who are trying to destroy the world, in secret, but with huge political influence. And on the other, you have lawful good, kill all evil kind of guys.
Yeah.
Who are the Rangers. I thought that was such a cool contrast. I just like the design. We didn't get to see too much.
Yeah, we didn't get
just
too
more,
much.
I guess just the origins of the Rangers.
Yeah, just the origins and the masks. The symbol of the, let's say, power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have masks with like nasal things that they just wear.
Which is from a judge.
Yeah.
Which again is so Judge Dredd. It's quite It's quite on the nose. I didn't notice this immediately until I watched that interview.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that just made perfect sense.
Yeah.
But
I like how for them I like the Rangers because they're a lot like the Question. It's moral absolutism. You're wrong or you're either right or you're wrong. Yeah, these are the guys. Like again, the whole point of
and you're wrong, you die.
Yeah, if you're wrong, you die, and that was even brought up in that whole discussion between Solomon and the Ranger.
Yeah,
because Solomon was like he was discussing. He was skeptical about the message.
Right,
and he's been part of the Chosen.
Yeah,
and he didn't sell himself out as part of the Chosen. The Ranger figured it out. Because this guy went and mentioned 6 of them.
Yeah, because how would you know?
Yeah, how would you know all this if you weren't part of them?
Yeah.
And then Solomon goes into that whole story saying that he started with them maybe a bit skeptical, but then he didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he did nothing for so long has basically made him complicit in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that now,
dude,
I like the fact that this guy recognizes.
Chamberlain is such a shit, though.
Chamberlain's a dick.
Oh my god.
Chamberlain is a thorough dick, but you understand where he's coming from. He's not taking any sides.
Kind of. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of like Baelish from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
He is so much like that. Like just like in it for himself. He will try and basically screw anyone over. Just to get a leg up.
Yeah.
That's him in a nutshell. Mm-hmm.
Because immediately he cut a deal with death.
Character.
Immediately he cut a deal with death at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I was like, this guy has something up his sleeve. Then he sells out Solomon.
Yep.
Then he sells out Solomon clean. And I'm like, okay, fine. That's a great cover.
But he does it to get himself out of a situation.
Yeah, it's to get it's to get the info. It's to get guys off his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not want any suspicion being pointed towards him.
Yeah.
And the horsemen, the 3 horsemen, already made it clear that they suspect him.
Yeah.
With him finding Xiaolian.
Yeah.
By the way, side note, these guys did a lot of research. Xiaolian actually means little lotus in Chinese, in Mandarin. Yeah.
So it fits.
So when you're getting all the stuff of the message, if you're wondering like how these 2 connect, it's literally her name is little lotus.
And even the flower that she was holding, like the references are like sharp on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. The other twist
in
this book caught me off guard completely. And I still don't know if I trust it.
Which one?
Because, like in Volume 1, it's revealed that his son is alive.
Yeah.
Right? And we get like a glimpse of the son being instructed by AI and basically being brainwashed and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then, in Volume 2, the twist is as soon as the horsemen leave, the son starts like trying to figure out how to get out of the situation that he's in, and like the AI is trying to protect him. I wonder though, is that AI Chamberlain's thing?
I don't know whose AI it is.
Because Chamberlain is the one who goes there a lot.
Yeah.
And he goes there quite often to check on stuff.
But he went there with Solomon.
Yeah, he went there with Solomon, but he's never going to reveal. Like, I think with the Chosen are in such a messed up position.
Yeah.
They're basically, they can't really say that they will like show their true colors because they don't trust each other.
Yeah.
It's very clear that they don't trust each other.
Yeah.
And so if you reveal yourself to be, trying something out, you're immediately,
killed or replaced.
Yeah. Which is what happens with Bel Solomon. Like even like for them getting the succession of the presidents was insane. They slaughtered like a bunch of different people one after the other trying to look for like a religious fanatic.
Yeah. Just because those guys,
it was insane,
just because those guys didn't say the right thing about the prophecy, or they didn't believe in it the same way, they were all killed until they got now to Antonia, who
is a fanatic.
And now when the thing I liked the most,
is she though?
She is, but again, that whole conversation in Volume 2, which she says that the jobs that you earn and then the jobs that you're given. Yeah. For her, she's been given this job, so that comes with strings attached.
Yeah.
For a job that you've...
No, but she even has this moment where she's like, I will do exactly what you want. I will kill myself for you.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
She adds for now. Like in a separate narrated bubble. So it's like all these guys
have their own agendas.
Yeah, all of them have their own agendas. They seem like they're following the horseman's instructions, but they may not be completely villainous, or they might have their own separate agendas.
Yeah.
Bell, I think, was probably the most honest. He came straight out looking for help from Chamberlain. And Chamberlain stabbed him in the back, kind of, or shifted all the attention towards him.
Yeah.
Let's go through the characters, shall we?
I actually wanted to start with the horseman.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can wrap up with the horseman.
Right, yeah, sure.
Death
used to be black.
Death used to be all black, got killed, came back white.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
All we know is he made a bargain that cost him dearly.
Yeah.
That's all we know. And we know something else, that when Death makes a bargain, he will do anything to get what he wants. That is Death in a nutshell. With him giving his eye, for example, to the Oracle was... Wow. What the hell? That was so screwed up. I had to look at that. I'm like, did he really do that? Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy, man. But yeah, again, with the Horsemen, again, there's the base level of politics with them, and then there's almost like the magical realm of politics also that exists that we're getting hints at, because the Oracle has a bad relationship with the Horsemen as well.
Yes,
and Death built that whole entire prison as well.
It not only helped. He helped build it with whoever the other people were, I guess.
Yeah. Whoever is in charge. So there's another level of politics going on in this world as well. Yeah, that we're getting hints at as well. And again, with the Horsemen, they, like, in the flashbacks, they're all, like, older people. But when they're introduced to us in the books, they're kids. Like, at present time, they're all children. Well, 3 of them are children. War, Conquest, and Famine are all, like, kids. In the past, there are even different genders. Like, Conquest and War were both female. Yeah. In the past. So, like... what happened? We know that they had to be resurrected as kids, because I think they mentioned that. They mentioned being disappointed in Volume 1. They mentioned being disappointed and having come back as kids, where they were once hot chicks.
Yeah, but I feel
I don't know what happened.
I feel like the last time when they were around, the summoned them 10 years later, and they're fittingly about 10 years old when they're summoned. So I think they did die at some point.
Were they summoned again?
Yeah.
Because they just kind of appear. There's no one else there, right?
There was that the place where they came back. Right. The 4 cardinal points. Yeah. And it's like there were sacrifices around there to bring these guys back. And then they came back to also do the sacrifice to try and bring Death back, and that also didn't work. Yeah. Yeah. So when they were brought back the first time, they were supposed to come back, all 4 of them. Right. Then they didn't see Death, and they're like, oh, so he's not come back.
Yeah, but he already had a falling out with them before they came back. Yeah. Because, we get glimpse into the past. These guys are messed up. Yeah. But Death was with them when they would attack the pilgrims at Armistice.
Yeah, but I think...
Death was with them?
Yeah, Death was with them at that point when they fell out.
Conquest even took...
The baby.
To
turn into Orion.
So screwed up. Holy crap. These guys are bad guys. And I think Death eventually, around then, would have met Xiao Lian. Yeah. Yeah, and they would have hooked up then. Yeah. Around that time. Because I think he was black as well when he met Xiao Lian.
Yeah, when he met her, I think they were black then.
Yeah. Because she even comments in Volume 1 again. You changed. You look different.
Yeah. And he's like, y'all don't even know.
Yeah. I think Famine has the weirdest design.
I like Famine weirdly the most. Because she looks like a skull. She's emaciated completely. Yeah. Thin head to toe, but she looks like a skull.
Yeah, but in the past she was kind of chubby. Yeah. So But the skull is the constant. The
It's a
skull
constant.
basically and the colors
Yeah.
are what remain constant and how you tell them apart. I think that was also really smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really curious to know what happened with Death in particular for him to change color like that.
Yeah.
And also, why are Crow and Wolf helping him? I think they also have a deal going on. But I don't know what that deal is. Why they're following him as well.
Yeah.
I think is it really just to stop the apocalypse, or
We don't know
I don't
yet.
know.
I haven't gotten any vibe yet from what these guys are actually after, but
We know that they're a couple though, kind
Yeah.
of ish.
who Crow and Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of a couple. Like Wolf makes it very clear that he's into her.
Yeah, that he's into her.
And they have history with Wolf's father,
Yeah.
who is Cheveo.
Cheveo, yeah.
Yeah. Who is a beast and a half, but the way that ended was kind of boss fighty, and then like, oh no, like tragic with the way the book ends. Like, what the hell?
Like, I really didn't expect the Ranger to show up that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these guys took a while. How did he even track them?
I don't know.
Because it took these guys quite a while to figure out where he was.
Like, they needed to go to the Oracle
Yeah.
to find out where Cheveo was. To
Yeah.
get the information where his son is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another weird thing. The way the Oracle doesn't have eyes.
Yeah.
And I remember when you get the first close-up into her face,
Yeah.
you see the same tentacles in her eyes that you see with the weird,
hunter?
the bartender. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tracker guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that
even
her eye?
I feel like it is, because even the speech bubble was the same color. It was like red speech
Yeah.
bubbles.
It's a weird speech because even the eye just speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now,
So I guess maybe it was like a deal that the hunter made with the horsemen in the past, because they recruited the hunter to get to Death and track him down,
Yeah.
and his wife and blah blah blah, which is why Death goes to visit the hunter, right? So I'd assume that was like the exchange, because it turns out that the hunter is actually King Hunter. Head of all the hunters,
Yeah.
and has all the information of where everyone is in the world or whatever.
yeah.
And again, so this begs the question, right? Like when Death went to the hunter for the first time in Volume 1,
Yeah.
Crow senses something. Was she sensing the machinery underneath, or was she sensing the Oracle's eye?
I think she was sensing the Oracle's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for Death to ignore that, I think would be a big deal. I feel like if Death had paid attention to that, like he could have
picked up.
He could have picked up that eye,
Yeah.
pocketed it, and then like
It would have saved him a
that would have given the Oracle his old eye back,
Yeah.
or her old eye back,
Yeah.
whatever.
It would have saved him an eye also.
Yeah. God, him losing that eye, and it's just like in shadow for the rest of the book, or like covered up or something, like closed.
I think I saw an eye patch at some point.
It was an eye patch. I thought maybe his eye is just closed, or it's like.
But I loved Death's horse. That whole thing it just looks like a whole gun.
Yeah.
A laser thing
Yep.
that you ride. I don't know what the hell it is, but I love it.
Yeah. And it rears back and has that insane beam. It looks like a boss fight, man. All these things look like boss fights. Like the fight with Cheveo, Death's horse looks like it's from a game. Like they're all like very video game-y looking.
Yeah. Like even Freeman, like, okay. Now as we're going down the
Freeman.
John Freeman, the
Yeah.
first. I don't know whether he's
The first or the third? He's the third.
No, he was the first.
Was he?
Yeah, he's the first.
Okay.
He has 14 brothers.
Yeah, but I thought he was the third. I thought all the kids are called John Freeman, and he was the third.
I think he's mentioned as the first. And his dad is just King John Freeman.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like those guys. And again, like we're talking about this right before we were recording, but I it does give you Black Panther vibes.
Yeah.
Black Panther Wakanda vibes.
Yeah, but this is way
Before the movie came out.
And this is also really twisted. Like they're kind of dark, I guess.
So like the other sons are all just vying. It's all just political maneuvering and vying.
Yeah.
So all these guys will want to try and either kill or cripple the brothers that are ahead of you in the succession to the throne.
It seems okay. I don't know. Like, it does seem kind of African-ish.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I guess generalized African culture. It does seem like that if you're looking at like stories of like the Zulu.
Yeah.
And like succession and the way that works. The leader has like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And they all kind of vie for power.
Yeah.
All the kids vie for power. So I thought that was translated well. What shocked me was the floating pyramids in the city. Yo,
how are there floating pyramids out of nowhere?
Yeah, I was like, okay, but to be fair, when we're first shown the White House, which is the White Tower,
yeah,
you're seeing all this like hovercrafts and things like that flying around the city. The same with the Black Tower, I guess. So pyramids doesn't seem that off in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that did throw me off a little bit.
And the design of all these things is very Blade Runner. Like the future that they have is very Blade Runner inspired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dystopian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. Like this whole vibe, it's sort of like, because it's Wild West. So it's kind of like, frontier, the new frontier kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But with all this tech of like future tech. So it's kind of weird, the vibe.
And even the fact that the Endless Nation are the most technologically advanced group out of all these guys.
Are they?
It seems so.
They're magically inclined. They're the most magically inclined, I think.
But they made a big deal. Okay, I remember there was a whole speech of... There's a part where they were discussing about the Endless Nation having technology so they could...
No, that was... yeah. Was it?
What was?
I thought that was New Orleans. The Kingdom of New Orleans. Like, they were really rich, right?
Yeah, they were rich because of oil.
Oil, right.
Yeah, they were rich because of oil. Because they got the Bay of... That Florida.
They got the Gulf, basically.
The Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, so they got that. And they got rich off of oil.
Right.
But those are the
Endless
guys.
Nation?
The Endless Nation was technology.
Tech.
Yeah.
Huh.
Excuse me.
Okay. But they also seem super spiritual. Like, they have, like, a lot of land.
Yeah. They have the magic and they have the land and the magic and all that. Yeah.
Man, this would make such a good game.
Very.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
Where Cheveo is and how they find him in that just empty desert.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're like...
He's there.
Yeah, he's actually there. He's in that direction.
The waypoint
we'll
is
get
there.
to him. And then when you do have a discussion with him, he just grows into this giant, like...
Zelda monster.
Zelda. I was actually thinking more of
Dark
what's it
Souls.
called? Not even Dark Souls. Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, oh yeah, we have to take out his horns. Fine.
Yeah. His horns need to go. Yeah, and they have a magic system, I guess.
Yeah, there's a magic system, and it feels balanced, so to speak.
So we've talked about what else did you like? Let's go through all the Chosen.
All the Chosen.
Yeah, let's go through the Chosen.
Because we've discussed...
We've talked John Freedom.
John Freeman, yeah.
John Freeman, not Freedom, sorry.
We've talked the president.
Have we?
Antonio.
What did you think about the president?
I really liked her. I like her more than I like Chamberlain. Especially after the second speech.
Man, I do not know where I stand with Antonia. like on the one hand, I think her design is very unique, very cool, and very creepy.
Yeah.
Because she's wearing like a very, very slutty dress.
Yeah. She's like Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
Same and the same vibe.
Yes. Cruella de Vil. Yeah. But you can't tell what the hell is... for me, so this bugs me the most. I cannot tell whether she is actually like the religious fanaticism.
Yeah.
I can't tell whether she's putting that on.
I feel she is.
You feel like it's all just putting it on?
I feel it's all an act. Especially because of just what she said when she was like, that whole thing for jobs that you're given.
She's just seen who's been slaughtered before her as well.
So she's literally just in it to stay, to keep her neck alive, to keep her head to keep her head on.
Yeah. And then again, she's told, to not have dissonance, and she kind of increases like civil disobedience and civil dissonance. In it, the book basically starts with her. Her and Belle, really.
Yeah.
And it just shows like basically things in the Union are messed up because of the way all the people who were before her in line to become the president have all been just capped.
Killed. Yeah.
Whoever is left is unwilling to even do anything or say anything because it's unprecedented. Like 9 people will just get capped until she gets to where she is. I guess it's really suspect. Yeah, duh. And things with like the state of her nation are really there's like bad, like it's bad economically. There's like lots of rioting, unemployment, etc. The stuff that's been, I guess, going on right now has been going on for a while. Since 2013 made it relevant. There's all that going on.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to do stuff for the people, she does the opposite and fuels the fans of like rebellion.
Yeah, dissent.
Fans the fires of rebellion.
Yeah.
At the same time, she talks about how she's being threatened by the horsemen, that she has to, maintain the cattle.
Yeah, maintain the cattle.
Yeah. And she's not doing that. So it's really weird. And at the same time, it's like she's playing a game, a politics game with the other nations, with her asking for help from the Kingdom of New Orleans.
And even the way New Orleans reacted.
Yeah.
I liked the way that even the king and the prince now were discussing it.
Yeah.
Because during that whole exchange, I
Yeah.
expected the prince to kill the king. And
I still
immediately-
expect that down the line.
Yeah,
somehow.
and immediately become king at that point.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they had that conversation, and then the king was actually just telling him, yo, keep an eye out. Don't trust her, don't whatever. He just actually wanted to gauge where his son was.
Yeah.
Then he tells him, you know what,
again,
go buy your kingdom.
Yeah. And it's revealed that, they have no idea about the Chosen. Like, whoever rules We got hints of that with Mao, with with the current Mao, who's now dead.
Yeah.
That he had no idea what was happening with the previous Chosen from New Shanghai.
Yeah. It was his daughter.
Liu's sister.
Yeah.
Xia Lian's sister. What was his name? I've forgotten.
Who?
Yeah. Who? Who? Where? What? No, so who? He talks about like how his first daughter followed her heart and the second one followed her religion.
Yeah.
And he has to be like the balance between the two, and how this conflict between the two have kind of brought death to their doors, basically.
Yeah.
And it's similar now again with the Kingdom of New Orleans, in a sense, because the king doesn't really hold the same principle as his kid. The chosen kid.
Yeah.
Who is the religious fanatic, I guess, who is one of the chosen, and he is not, and he has no idea about it. And he obviously does not care.
Yeah.
Even though, again, it's revealed that the prince, basically the chosen prince, was raised by Wolf's father, along with Wolf.
Yeah.
So again, like who did he decide that Cheveo would raise his kid?
Yeah. Because he was sent to Cheveo. He sent John to Cheveo to learn.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were taught together.
Okay.
It's just
About
that
the
now.
chosen.
Yeah. So it's just that now at the end of
the
it.
message rather.
Yeah. So it's just at the end of it, Freeman follows the message.
Right.
So he's one of the chosen.
Right.
Wolf doesn't. So he isn't one of the chosen.
Yeah. That sticks with Chevero, I guess.
And it sticks with Chevero.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's kind of actually, okay, if you look at it like from the way what you've actually mentioned, excuse me, Freeman Chevero has his son who doesn't follow the message.
Right.
But he has this surrogate son who does.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Mao has 2 daughters.
Yeah.
One who does follow, one who doesn't follow in the same way.
Yeah.
It's just that...
Yes.
And there's death and excommunication similarly. So there's a bit of...
Parallels
in this.
Yeah. So again, it's hard to even gauge where John stands.
Yeah.
Because he's very cagey, and he's known for being quite cagey. Being a rogue, he's described as being roguish.
Yeah. And he doesn't I get the feeling that he doesn't like guys knowing
what he's up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to even gauge where he is with the religious cult.
Yeah.
Then you have Ezra,
insane.
who has the most tragic story I have ever seen. Like, he was raised on blood fed to him by conquest instead of milk, and he's been like basically psychologically manipulated since birth to get conquest's approval. And so he is like the herald, the priest in Armistice. He is like he's basically got like a lot of magic ability, but then he ends up getting
Fused.
a hentai monster attached to him.
Tentacle.
And I like, like him not wanting it and not really wanting it, but again, him being manipulated by conquest to keeping it.
Yeah.
And again, this raising doubts with what the message is in the horsemen's minds, because the horsemen have always assumed that the beast was Death's son, but now they're having their doubts. Maybe they're thinking that this guy is their beast. I think.
Okay.
Well, they're having doubts about who the beast is.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it would be Ezra.
Yeah. Because Ezra now is literally... he stands in a strange place.
Yeah.
Because he's part of the message, and now he has power, weirdly, even though he doesn't want... He can't maybe use it.
Yeah. He's always had power.
Yeah. No, I mean,
but
even
now he has
with the monster.
Abyssal
hentai
powers.
Yeah. For now, with the monster attached to him, I don't know what that means.
Right.
Even though he hates it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting... I don't know. I really don't know what Ezra's gonna do.
I feel for him. I think he's just gonna kill himself, or I don't know what.
Maybe.
But again, if he does that, then that puts Death's kid, I guess, in a weird situation. Because they're all pinning their hopes on Death's kid being the beast, who brings about the apocalypse. And now if you look... So there's 2 layers of prophecy here, which is why this book is so, like, complex. Complex as well as interesting. You have the message, which is a prophecy in its own right, which has cryptic descriptions of how to get the world the world to end.
Yeah.
Then on the flip side, you have the Oracle, who has also predicted some stuff will go down for Death, in particular, and it won't go down well. Which I don't know what that entails, but as we saw with the way this volume ended, I can kind of get where this is going. Boy. It all depends on where they go with volume 3, because like, are Death going to now start chasing the Ranger, or like I suspect that at least Crow will go after him, or
one of them. Yeah. One of them will have to. But he shot from so far, I don't know whether...
Dude is a mad sniper. AI sniper.
AI sniper, that's just aimbots.
Yeah.
So, now next, another character who I was interested in was now Chamberlain. Yeah, I got very British vibes from him.
Yeah.
Basically because of...
His name.
Yeah. But then now later on, when I started seeing about the whole Confederacy, like even if you look at his soldiers, they do have Confederate flags on their helmets.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe this guy is supposed to be like a Colonel Sanders KFC sort of.
Ah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the look. Yeah. Imagine a thin Colonel Sanders. That's how.
Kind of shorter.
Yeah.
He's kind of Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
With
so
his hair.
That kind of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the guy who's. That's the kind of character who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for him, I liked the fact that he's at the end of volume 2. You still don't know where he lies. You don't know if he's a good guy. You don't know if he's a bad guy.
I think so. So with him, he's made it very clear. He's in it for himself. Mm-hmm. He wants to stay alive as long as he can, and he does not care who he screws over to do it. Mm-hmm. That's why I strongly suspect that the AI is his, because he also visits the kid's place the most.
Yeah.
Where the kid is, where Death's kid is being kept. Yeah. He visits that place the most.
Yeah. And we still don't know where that place is.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Do you think Death's kid knows that Death is looking for him?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it. So
it doesn't seem like it. Unless the AI has told him.
Yeah. So again, I think that the AI, if it was under Chamberlain, would keep him as much in the dark as possible.
About his parentage.
About who can help him out.
Yeah. And the message even in general.
You'd want, like Chamberlain would want the kid to rely on him.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So, I that's why I strongly suspect it's Chamberlain's nonsense.
I don't know. I really have no idea, because even when that discussion, when the horsemen leave,
mm-hmm.
and now the child starts talking with the AI again,
mm-hmm.
and he asks now the AI, give me information. Now he says it should move now from theoretical studies to practical studies.
Yeah.
And the AI tells him we're going to start with low grade, like nuclear weapons.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know whether any of these guys, any of the chosen,
mm-hmm.
know what the AI is telling the kid.
No, they clearly. So this is again a fault of the chosen. I mean the horsemen.
Yeah.
Because the horsemen look at all humans as
cows,
chickens or cows.
Yeah.
Right. Like they literally do not care at all. They just want to follow the message and the world.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why they want that. It's their purpose, but for what? Like, to what end?
I think it's because it's their job. They're the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
They're supposed
they
to
do mention that they've done this on several worlds as well.
Yeah.
But again, like, you know that extra layer of added politics from where they're getting this stuff from?
Yeah. We don't know.
We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless it's just, again, prophecy.
Yeah.
It's the message. It's this amorphous thing that's just supposed to happen.
But like in terms of the chosen, I definitely don't think the chosen know what's going on.
Yeah.
I would think that Chamberlain would know.
Yeah, Chamberlain specifically. Chamberlain, and at the very least,
Bell?
Bell. Yeah. Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even Solomon seemed shocked when he saw it.
Yeah, but he was like very uncomfortable with it. So that makes me think that he doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know nobody else.
That the kid is on, you know.
Yeah. So it might, you're right. It might be Chamberlain's AI.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to instruct this kid so he has like a pet weapon when the time comes.
Yeah, because you could argue that if they could have just given the kid to Cheveo.
Yeah, actually. Why not? Because if Cheveo has... Yeah,
but maybe because Cheveo... Again, you don't know, right? Maybe because Cheveo failed with Wolf, that's like tarnished his rep.
He succeeded with Freeman.
Yeah, but he failed with Wolf. And they really need the beast to work, so...
Because I don't know. Because I think, or maybe Cheveux is the one he just left immediately after failing with Wolf. He's the one who put himself in the desert and never came back. So these guys can't find him.
No, so Cheveux still meets at armistice with the president and he's still following the instructions, right?
Oh yeah, he does.
Because he even made that weird sand monster thing.
Yeah.
That was him, right?
Yeah, that was him.
That was him to try and catch Bell.
Bell,
who bailed
yeah.
out of there like a hero.
Dude sprinted and jumped onto a plane.
Dude with a beard the size of like Yosemite Sam. Like, dude has a beard, man.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
That whole escape was just dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something very Star Warsy about that whole
And it caught
sequence.
him.
Yeah.
He managed to escape with it with the tentacle around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope. This book has those cool moments, but again, that war thing with the assault on New Shanghai, that didn't show up, and there was nothing like that in volume 2.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant by the scale.
pace, yeah,
the scale. It's a lot more slow paced, and the scale is a little narrower.
Yeah. In volume 2.
Yeah. Which other of the Chosen haven't we spoken about? We don't know what's going to happen with New Shanghai.
No.
Xiao Liu's like going full on war with all the other
With everyone else.
with all the Chosen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you pay.
But dude, they cut off her hand.
Yeah, they do. So these guys were horrible. In Volume 1, we learned that they chopped off her hands. We thought they were screwed up. But then after seeing what they did to Ezra, I'm like, oh, these guys are the worst. Yeah. They're bad.
And for her, she was on a whole revenge storyline because it's her sister who sold her out and brought the horsemen to her.
Her lines, man, but this is all Volume 1. Her lines were like, I thought that I was sharp. And I thought I was sharp as like steel and, hard as stone or something like that. Hard as whatever. Mm-hmm. I thank you, sister, for showing me how wrong I was. Yeah. And the way she smushes her head. Oh my God.
Because she got immediately, when she's introduced into the story, she has these metal forms.
Yeah, and we don't know.
And we don't know where she got them, how they got fitted.
From a flashback, we add 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. So
and then it becomes very apparent.
Yeah, you figure it out from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was Xiaolian. I like her. I kind of want to see her whole rampage as she goes back now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like she's ready to cause stuff. But we didn't get... We got like the subtle stuff.
Yeah.
Like hints of like the kingdom actually mentioning it, the union mentioning it, that she's made some plays. They're calling they basically, I think the reason the union is in such disarray is because she is called in on their financial stocks and things like that. Like basically US trade war current stuff.
With China,
yeah. But in 2013, before
all this happened, which is scary.
Yeah, comics tell the future, man.
Because man,
comics have the message.
This is the message.
Cheveo, in terms of being a Chosen, I don't know what his game plan is. I don't know. Because we don't get a look into Cheveo.
Yeah.
We get to see him quite a bit. But we don't know what his motivation is.
Yeah. And we see his power really quickly, and just as quickly it ends.
Yeah. So him as a Chosen, I don't know.
But I will definitely... Have you already started on Volume 3?
No.
Okay. But I'll definitely go through the rest with this.
See, I was afraid because, if I started Volume 3, the skew between what's been revealed in Volume 1 and Volume 2 is very... There's, such a thin line.
Yeah.
So I'd rather assume stuff without having read Volume 3, rather than I'm right about something. I forget where it was hinted at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other Chosen beyond those?
No, I think that's it. We don't know what's happening with New Shanghai. If they get another Chosen,
and we also
they don't seem to care.
Yeah, and we also haven't seen Texas.
Yeah. They clearly cared about America, though.
Yeah.
Because, them going through succession. But again, America would have the one who was in, the highest seat of power, I guess.
Yeah.
With New Shanghai, it wasn't the premier. It was, the premier's kid.
Yeah.
And again, with the kingdom, it's the kingdom's kid, So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
But now with New Shanghai, it's Xiaolian. And she's and
she's very much against the Chosen, yeah.
And she's very much against the Chosen.
Yeah.
But Solomon is still alive.
Solomon's still alive for now. The Ranger was I like the Ranger, man. The Ranger's like, I'll kill you last. I'll save you for last.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. Which is also fair.
I mean, he didn't care, but he would have mentioned that first then if he really didn't care.
I don't know.
I'm curious. Now, like, if Death kills now the Ranger and those two clash...
If Death and the Ranger clash, who would win?
Obviously, Death would win. But, like... I don't know, like, what that entails for where this is going. Because you can kind of get behind... The Ranger is out to kill all the Chosen.
Yeah.
And that is his moral absolution, I guess. Mm-hmm. Is he is going to go assassinate every single one of the Chosen, including his friend, who he will come back for.
Yeah.
Because that is sort of like working in Death's favor, but Death needs information.
Yeah.
So those two are at a conflict right now. Mm-hmm. You have the moral absolutist and Death, who is also like absolute with what he wants. Yeah. He wants his son.
Yeah.
These guys know where he is. He will kill anyone to get it. I feel like they're going to clash. They have to.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
But again,
especially now, because
even though the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you are still in my way with me achieving what I want for both of them. Yeah. So I suspect that they will clash. One will obviously win.
And in any case, even right now specifically, the Ranger has delayed Death getting his information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's actually crossed Death now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know what's going to happen. I don't know even what Death thinks of the Rangers. Because Death apparently has a certain opinion about killing stuff. Like, the reason he liked Xiao Lian was because of all the people she had killed and stuff. So he noticed her as being, someone who is adept at killing. Right?
Yes.
I mean, to each his own, man. But,
But he's Death. That's someone who understands him now.
Yeah. So like the Ranger, would the Rangers be on his radar as well? Because the Rangers have killed a lot of people.
I don't know whether it depends. It depends. I guess the Ranger would have to now meet Death specifically. Like, they have to have now that conversation personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, from being sniped, a country
from being sniped,
away.
Yeah. Right now, I don't think Death has that high of an opinion of him.
I don't think he can travel that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can definitely shoot.
Death does not have. All these guys do not have fast travel. I just want to point that out. They're Death, War, all the Horsemen. You would think that they would have godlike abilities,
but they don't.
They do have some, but fast travel is not one of them.
Yeah. They have power.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have power, strength, all those things. Just they have to get everywhere just like us.
Yeah.
Just on fancier horses.
Yeah. Even though, I guess, like, what Death can... So we still don't know the extent of Death's power as well. Because he can, like... He says that no one can keep Death away. And he can get past all kinds of security, no matter what words and things you have. He was able to infiltrate and, for example, get to the president. Whereas he wasn't sure of whether Crow and Wolf could. Right? So we know he can get into places. But we don't know what that means. So I don't... Like, you would think that he would have used that same technique then to get to Mao. But obviously he had to travel all the way to New Shanghai.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know how his powers work yet.
I think now. And again, since it's still ongoing, I guess we'll get to it as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, is that it?
Yeah, that I think so far that's pretty much it. Because we don't have those are all the Chosen we've managed to talk in these about. 2 volumes. That's everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, in this book, you just have mainly us getting background about the Chosen and Death just losing his eye in exchange for info.
Yeah.
And fighting Cheveux.
Yeah.
That's about it in this volume.
Even though he didn't, he injured Cheveux. It was more of Crow. It was more of Wolf.
Wolf, yeah. them basically, yeah.
Yeah, but I liked the whole combat awareness that Wolf, Crow, and Death have.
Yeah.
Because like the time when Death actually got injured, and then Crow does her splitting thing.
Yeah.
And then she actually becomes a crow that's holding up the gun that's going to shoot someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My gosh, the way Wolf leaps at that thing was so like God of War-ish with that moment. Yeah.
And weirdly, again, sorry for bringing in another reference from outside.
Yeah.
But we've been reading Malazan.
Right.
It's hard not to draw those parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys are basically like divers.
Yeah, both. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that's how I internalize it.
Yep.
I'm like, there's a wolf divers and a crow divers.
Yeah.
Dealing with death.
Yep. And I guess this guy would have been soul taken. Anyways, we really like this book.
Yeah. And we'll definitely keep going.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep reading this. But we'll see what we read next. The next thing we're looking at though is a TV show. And it is a TV show that you've picked.
Fargo season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not watched it. Neither has he.
Neither
we
have I.
will check it out.
But I've just been told really good things about it.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff.
Yeah.
But
and it's
honestly,
also a bit old.
Yeah. It's the name that's stopped me from watching it. And, like, what is a Fargo?
Exactly. Again, for me, it's a name because it doesn't really reference anything that's
maybe
specific,
I
familiar.
think it's a place, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
Like,
watch with us to find out.
I don't know. Yeah.
Watch with us. We figure it out. Then on the next episode, we'll discuss this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. I'm Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates. And follow our Instagram for behind the scenes action @SpoilersAndFandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.